absolute bucket loads of fashion memories. Some are fashion things that I probably shouldn't have worn, and some have started from a very early age. I think my earliest fashion memory was when I was in between 4 or 5, and I already had this obsession with shoes. And I remember going to the mall with my mom and my sisters and going into a children's shoe shop. We were just looking around. I probably begged my mom to take me in there. And I found this little pair of gray flats that had some tassels and some fringe on them. And I just absolutely wanted them, and she wouldn't let me get them. And I was just devastated, and I actually lost sleep over that pair of shoes. I remember just begging her for those shoes. I don't know how long it went on, but it went on for too long. And she caved. She absolutely caved, and she went and bought me the shoes. And that was the beginning, I think, of me just losing sleep. But nothing's really changed. I've lived here in the UK for the last 9 years, and love it too. But what I really love and why my heart's in Seattle is the beauty of the wonderful state that it is. It's filled with cultural designs of Native American influences. It has music history, Jimi Hendrix, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, all the grunge music, underground has come from there. And my favorite thing is, a spring morning where the forest floor has the mist that's coming up from the ground and the sunlight that's beaming through the trees. And I just find that absolutely incredible. Before I moved here, I worked as a manager at a photo studio. I was able to work alongside an incredible photographer who taught me the ins and outs of photography and the beauty of it. And I really loved that. That was able to tap into my kind of creative, artsy side. And I was able to discover different lines and shapes and how to accentuate things and turn things into something that they aren't just through the camera lens. But I really, really wanted, as I looked through the lens, to be designing those pieces that were being photographed. I just really, my heart just wanted that so badly. After I got married, my husband and I moved to England, where I had the fantastic opportunity to work in his print company. Again, kind of working on the creative side of designing and kind of giving the final say on different media prints and that sort of thing before they went off to print, which I really enjoyed. But again, flicking through those magazine pages and seeing all these images, I just always wanted in the back of my head to be designing the clothes that are behind them all. Making a beautiful piece of clothing is something that doesn't have to be, worn once. I think it should be something that's used and tweaked and, accessorized and beautified that way. My grandma, Elnora Mason, she has a deep depth to her soul, and it comes through her work, and I love that, and it inspires me. And I remember as a little girl asking if I could go into her painting room that she had in the house, and walking in and seeing the array of easels and paintings all over the room, and the paintbrushes that are in the tins, and the smell of the turpentine. It takes me back every time I can smell it. My true, real inspiration is my 2 little girls, who I drag around everywhere with me to museums and cities and any cultural experience that we can have together. My style of design really comes from my mood, which can change just like the British weather. But like Yves Saint Laurent says, to have style, you must believe in yourself.